for being with
y
us,
agradecer la
and
presencia
also
de
greet
vicepresidencia
and
del país Palau. Un ejemplo también para nosotros,
the
quienes hemos
U.S.
seguido
State Secretary for being
muy de
here.
cerca y gracias a la
We have
colaboración de
followed
nuestros
this very
colaboradores,
closely, and thanks to our collaborators,
la Fundación Pew,
the
y
Pew
la
Foundation
Fundación Bertarelli,
and the
aquí
Bertarelli
también presentes.
Foundation, also here today.
Y por último,
And finally,
aroha atu ki te whanau o te taimana o te moana nui o kiwa i ora na koutou. Hoy yo estoy aquí
today
presente
I am
porque
here
lidero
because I lead
un pueblo, una
a
comunidad
people, a community
que quiere volver a
that
establecer
wishes to
una
re-establish a custom,
ancestral
an ancestral custom,
y que en nuestro idioma
and that in our
local
local language
tiene dos sentidos, dos palabras,
has two
Uno es
meanings,
rahui,
two words. One is rahui,
que significa
which
sagrado
means sacred,
para siempre,
forever,
y el otro es
and the other
tapu,
is tapu,
que quiere decir
which
sagrado
means sacred
momentáneamente.
momentarily.
Rahui es
Rahui
cuando
is when
nosotros buscamos proteger
We
para
seek
siempre
to
y
protect
respetar para
forever
siempre y
and
honrar
forever
para
respect
siempre
and forever
un
honor
espacio sagrado.
a sacred space.
El pueblo polinésico
The Polynesian
entiende
people understand
de sustentabilidad.
about
Lo
sustainability.
entiende, lo comprende,
They
lo
understand
practica.
it in full and they put it
Porque
into practice.
Nosotros venimos del
Because
océano,
we
somos
come
del
from the
océano,
ocean,
para el
we are
océano.
of the ocean, and we are for the ocean.
Y sin ir muy lejos,
And
en nuestra cultura,
within our
polinésica,
culture, our Polynesian
incluyendo Rapa Nui,
culture, including Rapa Nui,
hay nombres
there are
para los
names
dioses,
for gods,
o ariki.
or ariki.
Y el nombre nuestro
And
para el dios del mar
our
es Tangaroa.
name for the god of the sea is Tangaroa.
Y que es el mismo dios
The same
para
god
distintas
for
islas dentro del
different
triángulo de la
islands
Polinesia.
within the Polynesian
Y Tangaroa
triangle.
se
And
encargaba
Tangaroa
de cuidar
was
el Moana Nui
responsible
Akiva.
for caring
El océano.
for the Manikiva and the ocean.
Y eso sucedía
And
en mi
this
pueblo.
happened in my
Yo tengo
people.
edad para recordar
I have the age
los
to
tiempos
remember
del tapu.
the times of
Y a modo
Tapu.
de anécdota,
And as an
como tapu,
anecdote, as a Tapu,
en el periodo de marzo
in the
y
period
julio
from
de cada
March
año
to July,
había una
each
veda
year,
o un
there
tapu
was
sobre la
a
tuna.
no-take area in
Y
relation
recuerdo cuando
to
niño,
tuna
yo
fish.
preguntaba por
And
qué
as
no
a
podía
child, I
comer
said,
el atún.
well,
Me
why
decían
can I not
que
eat
nos iba a dar
tuna?
asma.
And I was told it would give us asthma.
Y se promovía de esa forma
And that is how it
el
was
tapu.
promoted, this Tapu.
Y bueno,
And
dicho de
well,
paso, el asma
by the way, asthma
para nuestro pueblo
for
era
our
la
people
primera patología.
was the number
Y era muy
one
temido,
disease and greatly
porque alguien se
feared
moría y
because
se moría
someone
con falta de
died
respiración.
and
Le
they
dio asma.
died with
Probablemente
being unable to
rompió el tapu.
breathe and the asthma. And they said, well, they
Bueno,
probably have broken
La
the
vida
tapu.
nos llevó y nos
Well,
avanza como hoy día.
time
Yo
has
siempre
taken us
juego con
on,
esta
and
palabra del
I
avance de hoy.
always play
Hoy
with
día el
the
globo
word
Está
progress
a apenas
today.
43,
Today,
44 centímetros, depende de la visual de cada cual.
the
es la
globe is
pantalla de una
43 and
computadora.
44
Internet.
centimeters, depends on each
Y eso
person.
nos viene
An
a la
internet
isla a
screen.
cambiar entonces la
And this
manera de
shows
ver las
us
cosas.
how our
De
island
un
changes.
tiempo a hoy muy corto,
In
hemos
a very
observado
short
cómo
time,
nuestra
we have
sociedad va muy
seen
rápido.
how our society is moving so
Y el
fast.
llamado de hoy,
And the call today
ser prudente,
is to be prudent.
ir más despacio,
Walk
para así
slower
poder llegar más
in
luego.
order to get there sooner.
Y es así que
And
entonces
so
mi
much
comunidad
so, in
me
my
mandata a mí,
community, it has
una
mandated
visión.
me with a vision.
como su líder,
As the leader,
y así nosotros
and
estamos llevando esa
so
visión.
we are bringing
Y aquí es
that
donde quiero
vision to
concluir para
you.
decirle a
And
ustedes
with this
una
I
cosa.
conclude to
Todo
say
lo han dicho aquí
the
los
following
panelistas,
to you. Everything
señor
has
John
been
Kerry,
said
la
here
propia
by the
Presidenta,
panelists, John Kerry and the President herself,
nuestro canciller.
our foreign minister.
Sin embargo, hay algo que
Nevertheless,
quiero
there is
agregar
something that I would like to add,
porque todo lo han dicho
because
y lo van a
it
seguir
has
diciendo.
all been said already.
Debemos volver a
We
pensar en una
must
cosa principal.
rethink about
Y que está
one
dentro del contexto
core
del respeto.
element within the context
eso es
of respect,
amor.
and that is love,
Amar.
loving.
Y no es casualidad
And
que
it's
nuestra
not by
visión
chance
es amor.
that our vision is
La visión
love.
de la comuna de Rapa Nui
The
es
vision of
amor
the
a
Rapa
20
Nui
años.
community is
Nuestro
love in
desafío es
20 years.
lograrlo en 20
Our
años.
challenge is to achieve this in 20
Y para
years.
definirlo,
And
para
to
que así
define
nos
this,
entendamos todos,
so that
porque
we may
no
all
creerán
understand,
que me volví loco
because
hablando de amor.
I'm sure that you don't
Aunque
think
nos
I've
gusta.
gone mad talking about love, no matter how
Para
much we like
definirlo y
love.
trabajarlo mejor,
But to
y
define
así
this and
todos
work on this
entiendan
better, and for everyone
qué
to
nos referimos.
understand to what
Queremos
we
lograr la
refer when we say
autosustentabilidad
love, we want to achieve
de Rapa Nui.
self-sustainability for Rapa Nui in 20
Queremos que
years.
esa autosustentabilidad
We believe that self-sustainability,
nos
all
motiva
steps involved, they motivate us
constantemente
constantly,
haciendo mejoras,
making improvements,
llamando la atención, a
Calling
mejorarnos, a capacitarnos, a
for
entender,
people to
a
attend,
empoderarnos.
to train, to understand, to be
Para lograr la
empowered. To
autosustentabilidad
achieve
debemos pensar en optimizar
self-sustainability, we
nuestros
must think
recursos.
of optimizing
Nuestro
our
primer recurso es el
resources.
mar.
Our number one resource
futuro de
is
Rapa Nui
the
es el mar.
ocean. The
Por lo tanto,
future
hay que
of
optimizar
Rapa
ese
Nui
recurso.
is the ocean. So we must
Finalmente, lo que
optimize that
queremos lograr
resource. And ultimately,
es
what
que
we want to
el
achieve
ciudadano Rapa Nui
is for
de
the
los próximos
Rapa
20
Nui
años,
citizens of the next
hoy
20
día
years.
tienen 5
Today,
años.
they're
La apuesta es al
aged barely
kindergarten a
5.
5 años.
They're going to kindergarten.
Es que ese ciudadano finalmente
Our bet
llegue a
is
ser un
that these
ciudadano
citizens
responsable.
may ultimately
Se dan
become a
cuenta que acabo de
responsible
decir las
citizen.
4 letras de amor.
Can you realize?
Un
I
ciudadano
have
responsable
just
consigo
mentioned
mismo,
the 4
con su
letters
entorno,
of the word
con sus
love.
seres queridos,
A citizen
con su isla,
with their
con su cultura y
surroundings,
su país.
their
Dios los
people
bendiga a
that
cada
are
uno
dear
de
to
ustedes y
them,
muchas
and
gracias
the
por esta
country.
oportunidad.
God bless you.
Llorando,
Thank you for
Mauro.
this opportunity.
Muchas gracias, alcalde, por sus palabras.
Thank you, Mayor, for those
Finalmente,
words. And
en
now
el panel queremos invitar
we
a
would like
compartir
to
sus
invite
reflexiones a
Dona
Bertarelli,
Bertarelli come
copresidenta de la
forward,
Fundación
co-president of the
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellence, it is a great honor for me to here today and to talk about what I love, the ocean, and what everyone here is dedicated to, its protection and its renewal. I'm not a marine biologist or a lawyer or government official. My presence here is the result of a long, ongoing voyage. One that started when I first began sailing as a very young girl and carried me away on a career racing yacht. With my partner, I am the skipper of a 131-feet maxi trimaran, and with our crew, we will embark in a couple of weeks for the longest journey there is, 45 days at sea, 25,000 nautical miles at a speed of 20 knots, 3 oceans, 3 capes, and all the weather systems there is, all in order to beat the around-the-world record, the Trophée Jules Verne. To be a skipper, you have to be a leader for your crew, adaptable, courageous, and even a bit crazy. But above all, you have to respect and cherish the sea. When sailing offshore, your boat is your island. You need to rely on your resources and your crew to survive. When problems arise at sea, you can only count on yourself and at times be creative to find solutions. That is why I immediately felt a strong bond with the Rapa Nui people of Easter Island. When I went 3 years ago to listen to them talk about their huge challenges they're facing and the actions they're taking to overcome them. Their vision and courage resonated with me, and I'm proud to share elements of their story with you today. For many, the desire to protect the ocean is very personal. My sailing experience, the countless days and nights I've spent on the water, have forged a lifelong passion and has nurtured in me the affinity and care for the sea. A passion that I shared today with my family through the work of the Bertarelli Foundation. But I've also seen its decline. The decades of my life spent at sea, coinciding with the serious impacts of climate change, sea pollution, noise, and above all, the crisis of excessive and illegal fishing. I am dismayed by the ocean's falling health and I've been alarmed to see some of the culprits in action. Up on deck at night, my crew and I sometimes spot distant lights in the horizons. They're not our guiding stars. They're phantom boats. And phantom boats that don't use, we call them that way because they don't use transmitters to signal others their presence and their movements. When a vessel conceals itself, it is often a sign of one thing: it is fishing illegally. These pirate fishers are depriving people from food and jobs. My family's firm belief is that if you use the ocean, you must also protect it. That's what led the Bertarelli Foundation to begin a new wave of philanthropy in 2008, when we embarked in our marine program. Our foundation was originally built around the innovation in medical science, having a big vision, a thoroughness, and these are what now drive our marine work. We believe in the importance of expertise, in gathering the right people together, and in seeing our projects all the way through to completion and beyond. After consulting scientists and stakeholders, we decided to focus on creating and enforcing large-scale marine protected areas. As earlier speakers have explained, they give the ocean desperately needed breathing space, boosting marine resilience and buy us precious time as we battle with many threats to the ocean. Plus, something that is often overlooked, they can help restore ocean resources to local communities. Key to the success of these ventures is the bringing together of governments, local communities, fishermen and women, NGOs, universities, and private businesses, and creating platforms for genuine collaboration. Like the crew of a ship, all these groups need to be fully on board if we want an MPA project to work. It is a complex, long-term undertaking, one that involves standing up to pressure from many conflicting vested interests. We at the Bertarelli Foundation are on board for the duration, from identifying the need for an MPA to the hard-fought process of establishing it to the ongoing work of implementation and enforcement. This is our mission. This type of philanthropy demands a very active personal level of engagement that goes far beyond providing funds. That commitment has taken me to the heart of power in state capitals and has taken me into the homes of the people who have the most at stake. The international community has been slow to wake up to ocean decline, but finally we have something to celebrate. The new Sustainable Development Goal 14 includes the target of protecting 10% of the ocean by 2020. Just 5 years away. As we heard from my colleague from Pew, today less than 2% of the ocean is fully protected, and a huge amount of political courage is required to achieve SDG 14. But I'm optimistic because I've seen a different kind of courage, one that is less visible on the world stage, but is absolutely a must-have if we want to realize these goals. I'm talking about the courage, the determination, and the leadership of the Rapa Nui people, which is still too rare to be seen elsewhere in the world. Sadly, not even their remote waters are safe from the reach of human exploitation. This largely unexplored, unprotected area hosts a unique biodiversity that includes 142 species found nowhere else on Earth, not even the Galapagos Islands. The ocean is everywhere in the Rapa Nui culture, and the community is distressed by what they see, in particular illegal fishing and the decline of traditional fishing practices. Like the crew of my ship, the Rapa Nui have watched as the ocean around them changes beyond their control. But now they're ready to do something about it. They know that foreign vessels are fishing illegally in their waters. Like me, they see their lights at night. Together with our partners and working closely with the Chilean government, we have confirmed these suspicions. Among the initiatives we support is the establishment of a satellite monitoring system, a precursor of which has already observed 27 vessels suspected of fishing illegally near Easter Island. I became personally involved with the Rapa Nui community as part of a feasibility study examining the need to secure protected status for the water around Easter Island. We consulted widely with everyone, from the mayor and the governor of the island to the president of the Elders Council, to artisanal fishermen and women shore collectors, to tourist businesses. And we shared our satellite and scientific reports. But most of all, we listened. In September 2014, a Rapa Nui Ocean Town Hall meeting decided that the waters around the island needed to be protected. Following that decision, an ocean roundtable prepared a proposal that combines preservation of ancestral fisheries with the creation of a huge, fully protected marine park. It is a proposal that unites the globally important need to protect these waters with the vision of the community, a change that has originated with the people and not been imposed from outside. Our work on Easter Island has always been about the Rapa Nui people, their culture, and about preserving their traditions. I'd like to show you a short film which I hope illustrates what the rest of us might achieve if we look to them as an example. They have shown us the way, and now others must follow.
Tātou hare ko Rapa Nui.
Mai mua ki angari nā.
E ora atu ena, I roto I te vai nei.
Te moana nui, he me e hopea o te nui nui.
He ora raa o mātou.
He huru o te mātou ora.
A roto I tō nei ki te moto nei I angari nā, e hau o mai nei e hai mau.
Te moana nui, he hau haa nui nui, e mau nei a mua.
Te tahi, ina he hapao, ina he ui I te ora e I te hauhaa.
Te hi toke, he ngaro te mau.
Te moana nui e ko riwa riwa moanga I te me e rake rake.
Arina a tātou ana makenu o tae o tiro apo.
E veveri o ngaro I ro te tātou mau ai kawa.
Tātoa no tātou ana mairoa.
E haka makenu te me.
Mo te tātou ngā poki.
Po te tātou hinarere.
Pe mo te tangata pe mua haka o hoena.
He toto e he ora o tātou te moana nui, mai mua a ki angari nā.
E he mau, hei hanga e hei mahatu, pe mua kao nei ki te mati.
For over 3 years, the Rapa Nui have campaigned to protect their waters, and their dream came true today. Just an hour ago, President Bachelet announced her government's intention to support the Rapa Nui's Mesa del Mar proposal and create one of the world's largest marine reserves. On behalf of the Bertarelli Foundation, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the President and her ministers for their backing. But of course, the real stars today are the Rapa Nui. It is their hard work, their shared vision, and their united voice that has made this morning announcement possible. It has been a privilege for me to sail on this journey with you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, Dona. I understand that there are 2 announcements by 2 people who are with us here. Enrico Egidio Hernandez from Cuba. If you are here, please raise your hand. I understand that you also have a microphone. It's on its way. Good morning, everyone, and thank you. Minister, I would like to thank the organizers and the government of Chile for the invitation to take part at this very important event, given the fact that my country is an archipelago. We're connected by the Florida states with a very important stock, corals, fish, and likewise, we share common threats on account of climate change, invading species, pollution, and irrational use of natural resources. Hence, Cuba and the USA have been working in order to sign a memorandum for collaboration in relation to protected marine areas, and this will back joint scientific action and in relation to joint species. And we would like to define mutual areas for initial work, the Guanacavives National Park and the San Antonio Bank in Cuba, and the Los Cayos Sanctuary and Flower Garden in USA. Cuba welcomes this sort of initiative by the scientific communities of both countries and consider this to be an important step in cooperation between the two countries. And we would like to invite NOAA to the U.S. National Park System and all attendants to take part in the Mar Cuba conference to be held next November 16 through 20 in La Habana. And finally, we would like to thank Environmental Defense Forum for their many years' work in Cuba for the conservation of marine ecosystems and their support for our participation at this conference. Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Enrique, for these very important announcements. And I would also now like to invite Dr. Ricardo Rossi from the University of Magallanes, who has another announcement that he would like to share with the audience. Well, good morning. The truth is that it has been a highly emotional morning because this shows that innovation in science and technology is essential, but also the economy and also love. And in changes of the heart, I would like to add just one more layer: ethics. The state of Chile, the government of Chile, has committed to a project in Port Williams, the capital of the Chilean Antarctic Peninsula, and protects the third archipelago in Chile, same as we have Rapa Nui, we have Juan Fernandez, and also Cabo de Hornos, Cape Horn, usually inhabited by the Aragan ethnic group, and together with the local community from the region of Magallanes to the country within international cooperation led in Chile by the University of Magallanes and an Institute for Ecología Biodiversidad in alliance with an organization in Texas, USA. We are focusing on the integration of science, arts, and ethics in Cape Horn, a biosphere reserve created by CONECO in 2005. Today we celebrate our 10th years. This, as you see here, to be inaugurated in 2017, will have 3 missions. The first, to provide a center for the UNESCO Biosphere equivalent to the Charles Darwin Center in Galapagos. We're working hand in hand with that archipelago at South American level. Second, a technical training center on tourism and special interests with regional cooking that involves artisanal fishing, protected areas including biosphere reserves, and scientific tourism with new ways of seeing scientific values, but also the aesthetics, the economy, and the ethics of this biodiversity. Finally, a center, scientific center, and where we have made an analogy, same as Chile works with observatories to observe the cosmos, we've placed a magnifying glass to see what is so small in the ocean and on sea, a biocultural magnifying glass to see the ethical values in relation to this biodiversity. Chile will have observatories in Atacama to take a look at the macrocosmos and a magnifying in the 2017 to look at the microcosmos. And so we're expecting to contribute towards the conservation of oceans, land, but also peace, coexistence, and sustainability for life. So we invite you all to be part of this initiative and the inauguration in 2017 in the extreme south of Chile, the extreme south of the world. Thank you.
Muchas gracias, Profesor.
Thank you very much, Professor Rossi. As our Foreign Minister said, this is a moment and a meeting to make announcements as given by our friend from Cuba and Professor Rossi from the University of Magallanes, and share that silently last year with President Bachelet, we inaugurated the International Congress for Biofrights in Port Williams, very silently. In the immensity of the 720,000 square kilometers that the president announced to study a major protected area in Easter Islands all the way to the biosphere in Puerto Williams. And at the closure of this panel, I would like to thank all panelists and recall the institutional challenge that this represents for countries such as Chile to move toward these protected areas. That they be not only a formal protection, but real protection for states, governments to be present in these areas, and that controlling illegal fishing, monitoring, and follow-up be constant activities by public services and state action. I would also like to share our commitment to learning, to work with NGOs, as the government, as public services, and learning from them, scientists and the academic world. And third, I would also like to recall the words by the mayor of Petero that these protected areas should be relevant to society, that society should feel part of this, and that they feel, in the proper sense of the word, owners, that they may appropriate these areas, because only in this way will we achieve truly effective protection. So on behalf of the government of Chile, thank you all very much for your participation.